Hey everybody, this is the tackle breakdown of the Yamamoto Senko. Now if you're a hardcore angler, you're laughing saying, why are you breaking down the most popular, most used bait in the history of the world? It's because for those of you who don't know what this bait is, this is the bait that's going to catch you fish no matter the situation, no matter where you are in the country. This is a bass catching lure. In my opinion, it is the best bass fishing lure that ever was made as far as being easy to catch fish on. It's really simple to catch them on a Senko. You can just take a traditional hook. I'm using a little larger one that I typically would use. Sometimes I use them this big, but to show you for an example here, but you can just fold this Senko in half, stick the hook right in the middle of the bait, and you can do what's called a Wacky rig. You just cast this thing weightless and it sinks through the water column. And what makes the Yamamoto so special is the fact that these have the right amount of salt and sand content to them, that they fall and flutter through the water column rigged weightless, and they make fish eat them. They have caught me more bass than any other lure, probably times two. It's a really simple way if you're new to bass fishing to gain confidence in fishing soft plastics. The other thing you can do with the Yamamoto Senko that's really effective is if you're fishing in places that are really laden with vegetation and it's really hard to cast. Say you're fishing from shore and the vegetation's growing out from the bank way out there. Well, there's fish in that vegetation for sure. That bass love that grass. So if you want to get this lure into there and get it back without getting it hung up with your hook exposed, you get a hook like this, which is like an EWG hook, like this one here. It's one of my favorites. This is from Ichikawa here. You stick it in the nose of the bait down to the gap in the hook. As soon as you hit the gap of the hook, once you've penetrated the nose into it, you come back out of the worm, thread it all the way down so that the hook eye is the only thing exposed anymore. And you just turn counterclockwise or turn the hook 180 degrees and stick it back into the worm and just thread it along the top here, and now you have a Texas rigged Senko. And by Texas rigged, it means it is weedless now. There's a hook point right up here that you can still stick the fish with, but you can fish this on a spinning rod, a bait caster, any type of equipment you want, and now you're weedless and you've got a weightless worm presentation that gets bit in any conditions. In my opinion, the Yamamoto Senko, especially in this green pumpkin color, but they make it in a ton of great fish catching colors, is one of the best ways to catch a bass. So if you want to know anything more about the Yamamoto Senko, just go on our site, check it out, and you'll see that the testimonies of this thing from all our fishing reports and from tournament anglers everywhere, that this is a must-have for any bass angler.